Traders, welcome to the channel. It's another new video on market structure in terms of top-down analysis. And we are going to look at top-down analysis on different pair, whereby I'm having a GBPUSD as one of my pair. So I like, before we do a market structure on GBPUSD, I would like to do a recap on the last pair that we did, which is XAUUSD, so that we can see how powerful it is on doing your market structure in terms of top-down analysis, analyzing and marking your key areas from higher time frame, and then zooming out into a lower time frame to find your clear confirmation for executing your trades. So from XAUUSD, from our last analysis, it really played well and giving us a good risk to reward trade. So I like to do a very quick recap before we do a market structure on our first pair, which is GBPUSD. So from a daily time frame on XAUUSD, we saw that the market was trying to trend bullish on this area, giving us this recent break of structure, whereby we marked this area of interest, which is an order block from a monthly time frame, and we expect at least the price to trade bearish into this area before we get another move. So from a daily time frame, we saw this break of structure and another break of structure right here. Price tried to trade bullish, and now the market crashed down, giving us this a clear change of character, meaning now we shifted from this bullish momentum to a bearish momentum. So right now, price has given us this recent break of structure, and now price is trying to test inside to take out these internal liquidities. So right now, price is on this supply area that we marked from here, which is this daily order block that is on this supply area. So immediately we saw that we dropped into a 4-hour time frame, whereby we marked another order block, which was a very powerful and a clear one from this area. Although it was a tiny order block, I know most of the traders haven't seen that order block, which price is trying to react from. So from a daily time frame, we dropped, and now this an order from around this area, whereby we marked this order block from a daily time frame, and you can see clearly how price it came gracefully in this area, giving us a clear reaction from this area. So immediately we dropped into a 1-hour time frame, whereby we tried to see what was happening in that area of interest that we marked from a daily time frame, and we can see clearly that's where we got our confirmation from a 1-hour time frame, whereby we had this break of structure, recent break of structure, another recent break of structure, before price tapping into this key area that we marked from a daily time frame, which is an order block. So immediately, the time I was making this analysis, the market was around here, trying to give this a change of character, and price really gave us create this change of character, which was our confirmation. And I said we were trying to be very patient, trying to wait market to react from this fair value up from a 1-hour time frame, and you can see clearly how price came in a very clear tapping into this fair value up and giving us this trade from this area, which was a clear trade from this area. And I said our stop losses were going to be above this high that gave us this change of character, and you can see clearly how price has played really well from this area. So you can see clearly how it is very powerful to do your market structure from higher time frame, marking your key area, marking your order block, powerful order block from a higher time frame, and now zooming down into a lower time frame to find clear confirmation before executing your trade. You can see clearly how it is very powerful to do your market structure in terms of top-down analysis. So you can see clearly XAUUSD really played well, giving us this trade on this week. And now I'm expecting to see a continuation, trend continuation, which is a bearish continuation, whereby on a 1-hour time frame, I'm seeing another break of structure, recent break of structure, and the price is trying to give us an inside retracement, whereby we're expecting at least price to take all internal liquidities around this area before we get another move, maybe from this order block, which is left around this area. So we are going to try to be very patient to wait at this area of interest to be mitigated before we get another move into this area. Remember that right now we are reacting from an order block from a daily time frame, and now we are trying at least to point this trend downside, which is a bearish wood momentum that is trying to react from this area. So you can see clearly XAUUSD has played really well, and we are trying at least to join in on that bearish momentum that is coming in from this area of interest that we marked from a daily time frame. So I'm going to be back into our first pair, which is GBPUSD, and I'm going to do a clear market structure from higher time frame into a lower time frame, zooming into lower time frame so that we can see clear confirmations and key areas that we are trying to wait for at least the price to react from. So I'm going to start from GBPUSD from a monthly time frame, whereby we are going to do our market structure so that we can see clear buyers, daily buyers, or rather a clear higher time frame buyers before we decide our trades on lower time frames. So from a monthly time frame, remember a monthly time frame is one of the powerful time frame that we have in terms of top-down analysis. So from a monthly time frame, we can see clearly the market have been trading bearish, whereby we have this sweep of liquidity in this area. After this sweep of liquidity, price are trying to trace inside, and now price has reacted from this key area, which is our supply area around this area. It has got a very powerful order block inside it. So after this area of interest in our supply area, and now after price tapping into this area of interest, you can see clearly from a monthly time frame, plus price has given us this break of structure, a recent break of structure. So I said whenever we see a break of structure or later external liquidity being taken out, we expect at least the market to do a retracement inside to give us rather to take out internal liquidities before we let another move taking out external liquidity, and that is how the market moves. So right now from a monthly time frame on GBPUSD, after this external liquidity being taken out, you can see clearly the market is trying to retrace inside, or rather trying to trend bullish, take out our internal liquidities before we get another move from around this supply area. So we are going to try to mark a market structure, whereby on this tracement you can see clearly we have this break of structure, bullish. The market trying to give us a very good break of structure, meaning now we are in a trend continuation on a bullish momentum. So after this break of structure, we can see clearly price came in reacting from this order block from a monthly time frame. And after tapping into this monthly order block, price has came in aggressively, giving us another break of structure before price trading into this supply area. So you can see clearly price is trying to test inside. We are trying to figure out this movement, which is a retracement inside this key range that it has traded, giving us this break of structure around this area. So after price giving us this break of structure, at least we are price is trying to retrace. We expect at least price to come down to take out internal liquidity before we get another move into this supply. Remember, right now we are in a monthly time frame, and we are on this range, recent range from this high into this low. So right now we are inside this range, and we are trying to mark out market structure on this retracement that is coming in into taking out internal liquidities inside this range. So after this break of structure, we expect at least the market to trade inside to take out internal liquidity. So right now you can see clearly price is trying to consolidate on this area after price tapping into this monthly fair value gap. So if we can drop down into a weekly time frame, that's where we can see a clear market structure, how it's forming out. So after price giving us this recent break of structures, expect at least price to trace inside to take out its internal liquidities. But right now, price has reacted from this monthly fair value gap. We can see clearly how it is very powerful. And now you can see clearly the market is trying to trace in a bullish momentum after price tapping into this uh, area from a monthly time frame. So if I try to mark this market structure, you can see clearly we had this break of structure downside. It's giving us another momentum before tapping into this key area from a monthly time frame. So after tapping into that key area, we are trying at least guys to see this consolidation how it's going to be happening. So right now you can see clearly we have this recent break of structure, and now after this price tapping into this area of interest, which is our fair value up from a monthly time frame. Remember any uh, key area from a higher time frame, maybe a monthly time frame, maybe a weekly time frame. We are trying to see if it can hold the price. So after price tapping into that fair value up from a monthly time frame, we can see clearly price came in aggressively, sweeping all of this liquidity that was lying inside on this high. So we can see clearly whenever price has taken out external liquidity, price tries to come inside to take out internal liquidities. So after this sweep of liquidity around this high, we can see clearly how price has come in aggressively to take out these internal liquidities. So right now, after price taking out this liquidity around this high, we can see clearly price gave us another sweep of liquidity around this area before price trading bullish again. So you can see clearly this sweep of liquidity around this area inside our area of interest, which is a fair value up from a monthly time frame. So we are trying to drop down into a lower time frame so that we can see what's happening after price tapping into this area of interest from a monthly time frame. So right now we are going to drop down into a daily time frame, whereby we will try to mark another market structure after price sweeping out this liquidity. So after price sweeping out this liquidity, tapping into this key area from a monthly time frame, we can see clearly price is trying to trade again bullish. So we had this internal break of structure before price sweeping this liquidity from a weekly time frame. After this break of structure, this is our internal break of structure on a daily time frame before price tapping into this key area from a monthly time frame. So after price tapping into this key area, you can see clearly it gave us this change of character, meaning now on a daily time frame we are trying price is trying to shift out the direction from this from this bearish momentum into a bullish momentum. So after immediately price giving us this change of direction, which is our change of character, we had this very value from a daily time frame, whereby price came in aggressively trying to react from and giving us another break of structure. So like now, are we expecting from a daily time frame? After this break of structure, we expect at least a trade continuation. So whenever we see external liquidity being taken out, we expect at least price come inside to take out internal liquidities before we get another aggressive move. So right now you can see clearly we have this break of structure, which is a recent break of structure, and now price has come aggressively to sweep out all of the liquidities that is were lying on this high. So we can see clearly price has done a very important thing, sweeping all liquidities around this area and giving us another recent structure. So whenever we see all of these external liquidities being taken out, at least we are now trying to react inside, take out internal liquidities. So right now, what am I expecting from a daily time frame on GBPUSD? I'm expecting at least price to come inside to react from this order block that is here. Remember, a daily time frame is one of the powerful time frame we have when we are doing a top-down analysis. So from a daily time frame, I'm seeing this order block to be one of the powerful order block from a daily time frame, whereby I'm expecting at least price to turn into and give us another bullish momentum. So this is my key area from a daily time frame. So I'm going to be very patient to wait on lower time frame applies to trade into this area of interest, which is an order block from a daily time frame before I find out confirmation on 1 hour or time frame, or rather on the even 15 minutes time frame, before I get another aggressive bullish momentum. So I'm going to drop down into a 4-hour time frame so that we can see clearly how this move is going to come in. So like here, we can see clearly this order block that we marked from a daily time frame is on this side, and now price is trying to come down to give us a tap in so that we can find a confirmation before we get another aggressive bullish momentum. So remember, anytime price tap into a key area, we expect at least price to give us a confirmation. Remember, when we can't execute trades from higher time frame, or rather we can't execute a day from a daily time frame, we expect at least price to give us a retracement inside our key area, and try to find out a confirmation on lower time frame like a 15-minute time frame, or rather a 1 hour time frame if we have marked our key area from daily time frame or even a weekly time frame. So we can see clearly we have this order block from a daily time frame, and now price is trying to come downside to mitigate this order block before we get another move. So we can see a clear retracement from a daily time frame. We are going to drop down into a 15 minutes time frame so that we can see clearly how this move is coming in. So from a 15 minute time frame, we are going to try to mark out a different market structure because this is a different time frame, which is a lower time frame. So we can see clear that the market is trying to trade bearish, giving us this recent break of structure. And now we will be trying to be very patient, tries to trade into this order block from a daily time frame. You can see clear we have a lot of fair value up around this area, whereby we try to be very patient and try to wait the market at least to feel all of this fair value up around this area before we get another move. So from GBPUSD, watch out how this retracement is coming out into this order block, and try to wait for confirmation. Remember, if there is no confirmation on lower time frame, there is no trade. That is a simple rule on top-down analysis. So you can't execute a trade blindly. You must wait for confirmation before you execute your trades. So confirmation is what gives us a powerful trades. So try be very patient to wait at least price to trade into this order block from a daily time frame before we wait a confirmation, which is a change of character inside our area of interest before we get another aggressive move. So that is what I'm expecting from GBPUSD. Watch out on this daily order block. Whenever price will tap into this order block, we would try to wait for confirmation before we execute another trade. So I'm going to shift out into another pair, which is a BTC which is a Bitcoin, and I'm going to be starting from a monthly time frame, or rather a higher time frame, and zoom out into a lower time frame so that we can see a clear structure what's happening on BTC So from BTC you can see clear on a monthly time frame. Let me switch into a monthly time frame, which is our reference time frame on top-down analysis. So from a monthly time frame, you can see clear like now we have this break of structure, recent break of structure, whereby after this break of structure, we expecting at least price to trade inside, tap into an key area that is on this range that we price has given us after price reacting, giving us this recent break of structure. So like now we can see clearly we are on a bullish momentum from a monthly time frame after price giving us this break of structure, which is a recent one. So after price giving us this break of structure, we are seeing at least price trying to react from this order block from a monthly time frame, which is on this demand area. So this is our key area from a monthly time frame. Thereby, it is a powerful order block that we are trying to see how price is trying to react from. So I'm going to shift out into a weekly time frame, whereby we'll try to see what's happening inside this key area that we have marked from a monthly time frame, which is a very powerful order block. Remember, monthly time frame is one of the very powerful time frame that whenever we mark a key area, we expect at least price to react from. So inside this key area, which is an order block from a monthly time frame, we are seeing at least price is giving us this plaque of structure. And whenever we see a plaque of structure, we see a price trying to trace inside, at least the price to take out internal liquidity. So after this break of structure inside our key area from a monthly time frame, we can see clearly how the market has come in aggressively, reacting, trying to come into this supply area. So at this moment, price is trying to react from this demand, or rather this order block from weekly time frame. So right now price is inside this order block from a weekly time frame, whereby remember we had this break of structure, meaning the price is now on a bearish momentum from this area coming into this uh, area of interest from a monthly time frame. So right now I'm going to concentrate on this order block from a weekly time frame. So I'm going to shift out into a daily time frame so that we can see clearly what's happening on this order block that we have marked from a weekly time frame. So we can see clearly we had this break of structure and now price is trying to react. You can see clearly price has given us this area, which is an order block from a weekly time frame, and we expect at least price to give us confirmation before we execute trades. Remember, whenever price tap into our key area, we are not going to execute trade blindly. We are going to be very patient to wait for confirmation before we execute for the best trades. So we are going to shift out into a lower time frame, which is a 1 hour time frame, so that we can see clear market structure on a third order block that we have marked from a weekly time frame. So if we can zoom out, we can see clear price has tapped into this order block, and now we have this break of structure as our recent break of structure. So what I'm expecting is price to take out this row. Is if price is going to be very bearish from that area. So I'm expecting at least price to take out this row, which is going to be our change of character. So whenever I see this change of character, or rather this high to be taken out, I'm going to call it a market structure shift, meaning now this bullish momentum will be over, and I'll be looking to be very bearish from this area. So right now price is trying to come down to give this confirmation before we get another bearish momentum. So watch out on BTC USD around this order block from a weekly time frame, so that we can wait for this confirmation to be very mature before we get another move on a bearish momentum. So that's what I'm expecting from BTC USD. Right now, price is not yet ready to go bearish. We are going to be very patient and wait for this change of character to be very mature before we execute trades. So from a 1 hour time frame, that's what we are going to wait for before we trying to execute and trade. So that's what I'm expecting from BTC USD. Watch out how this market structure is going to form out. So you can see clearly how it is important, or how it is very powerful to mark out your key areas from higher time frame and wait for confirmation on lower time frame. So watch out on that from you can see clear we have the GBPUSD mark out our key areas from higher time frame, and now we are on a BTC USD, and we can see clearly we are trying to wait for this confirmation before we get another trade. So watch out on these pairs and see how the market structure is going to be ready before we plan to execute and trade. So remember to turn out your notification bell on this channel so that you can't miss out on these updates on market structure that I'm doing on this channel. So remember to subscribe on this channel so that we can grow, and turn out your notification bell so that we can get more updates from market structure on this financial market.